All right. So, okay, so we've been doing the law of sines. And with the law of sines, you had to have angle, side angle, or angle, angle, side, or the naughty one. And that was the ambiguous case, right? So, what we're going to use the law of cosines for is if we have three sides or two sides and an included angle. Two sides and an included angle. So, if we have three sides and two sides and the included angle. So, you can switch to the law of sines after finding the largest angle. So after finding the largest angle. Okay, so in my last class, I showed them how this worked, and that was not a good choice. So I'm just going to show you the actual formulas. So here's the law of cosine. Yeah. So, because what does it look like? It looks like the Pythagorean theorem. And so what this really is the Pythagorean theorem for not a right triangle. And I could show you how we get it, but it was a disaster last period, so we're not doing that. You are smarter, definitely. But, so, okay. So if I want to find a side, I'm going to follow this one. If I want to find an angle, I'm going to follow this one. Now, there's two more versions of this. But before I write them down, what I want you to look at is this. If this is c squared, where else do you see a c? Right here. Do you see any c's at the front? So just the c and the c, right? So if you're going to find a side, you have to know the angle. Okay? If you're going to find the side, you have to know the angle. And the way this works is if I wanted to find b squared, what do you think this cosine will be? Cosine of b. So look. So I'm going to use b squared here and b here, but the a and c everywhere else. When I'm finding c squared, I found the a and the b. Use the a and b everywhere else. So what do you think the formula would be for the a squared? So it's not like you're really memorizing three formulas, because you're not. You're just switching the numbers, right? Okay, so I'm writing them all down so you can see them and that you can use them in all three places, and it doesn't matter. But you're really just switching the sides, okay? So the other thing is, the biggest mistake you're going to make, when you do this and we come up with this answer, what does this equal? So you have to square root it at the end, right? So we have to square root to find the answer. So the cosine of c equals a squared plus b squared minus c squared divided by 2ab. So really what I did is I took this formula and I solved for cosine of c. That's all I did there, okay? So if I'm going to find the cosine of b, first of all, this is c. Where is the c? It's the minus, correct? And then it's the other two sides. So if I'm going to fill in this formula, I'm going to get a squared plus c squared minus b squared over 2ac. I just switched out the variables. And if I want the cosine of A, I would have B squared plus C squared now, when I get this answer, it equals the cosine of A. So how do I find the angle? You have to find the inverse cosine, right? I know. So you have to find the inverse of this number to get your angle. You're going to find the inverse of that number to get your angle. And you're going to have to take the square root to get your answer on this one. Okay? All right. So let's do a problem. Yes. It's super fun. You're going to like it. I'm positive. For real. For real, for real. For real, for real. So, do I have side angle side? Side angle side means cosine. I'm going to use the law of cosines. So, what do I want to do first now? So we need to find the other side, right? Because I have an angle and I have the two sides. So this is B, this is A, and this is C. So the reason I'm labeling these is because if you don't label them, when you try to plug them into the formula, you're going to get the numbers in the wrong place. And I do it all the time. I was looking at my notes, and I had one off. I did the whole problem wrong. So, what? Where I was off? I probably did. I did. It's what happens when I get going too fast and I don't label them, and it happens even for me. So if you don't label them, you're going to get it wrong. So I'm looking for B. So I'm going to use the formula, the B squared formula. So here's the formula. B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC and the cosine of B. So now fill everything in. I have A squared, which is 5 squared, plus 6 squared minus 2. You're right, it's 60 times the cosine of 35, right? So we're going to, on your calculator, so take 5 squared plus 6 squared minus, and put it in parentheses so it multiplies everything together. So you want 2 times 5 times 6, which is 60, and then cosine of 35. And then push equals. So,
I got 1 too.
I got 8.7.
I got 8.5. Why'd you put 508? I got 11 point. She got 8.508.
Oh. I can't even copyright. Lord.
Why'd you put 508? She never erases. She just like puts one over it.
There we go. All right. Whew.
Are we doing it truncating?
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to go out. We're going to go out 3. All right. But I wrote 4. I don't know why, but let's go out 3. Okay. I wrote out 4 because I had it wrong this first time. Okay. So is that the answer?
No.
You have to square root this. Where is the square root? Oh, there it is. That's what I got for B.
I got error. I got 1.23.
Nope.
How'd you do that?
Because I took the square root of 11. It's not 1.
That's what I did.
No, you didn't. Because the square root of 11 is not 1 any day.
You just screamed at me.
Yes, it made me feel better, too.
Wow.
Where's Isaac? Why is Isaac not here to yell at? You can see? Wait, Isaac, you're supposed to be here. Your baseball thing got canceled. You're skipping, Isaac. Because I'm recording. I'm talking to Isaac, who's not here. Okay. Okay, so what do I want to do next?
Find your angle.
So I need to find another angle. So what I want to do is I want to find the biggest angle so I can switch to sine. That's what I'd like to do. So, how would I know which one was the biggest angle? So the biggest side has the biggest angle. So I want to find the cosine of C. Look at what you're learning. So if I'm going to find the cosine of C, I'm going to take a squared plus b squared.
So for this, we can't use the whole, what we did yesterday. Oh, yeah.
So you cannot use it.
Switching it up.
Okay, so here's the deal. So the question is why. So the reason that we like cosine is because once you find your largest angle, you don't have to do the ambiguous case. There won't be a second triangle. That only happens with the sine. With the cosine, we don't have to find a second triangle once you find your biggest angle. So once I find cosine of C, then there is no second triangle ever. There's only one triangle. One triangle for a cosine. All right. Okay, so can we fill this in? So a squared. What? Oh. Oh, Lord. Hey, let's get these in the right order, shall we? Hey, stop writing in pen.
Yeah, I don't know why you continue to write it, man.
All right. There, I think I got it right. Whew.
I squared 3. Yeah,
Why did I get a negative number?
You could.
because I squared it.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Why don't you use 11, man?
Okay.
You're going to get the same thing.
You're getting the same thing either way. It's okay. So did we get a negative number? So if you did, can you take the inverse of a negative number on cosine? You can. So you're going to get this answer and you have to do the inverse. What did you guys do?
Is it cosine or
Cosine.
For the inverse, I got 0.02. I haven't done the inverse yet.
Okay, all of you stop talking.
I got the main error. I got 7.29.
Okay, I got 88.5.
That's what I got.
88.5. That's what I got too.
Okay. Okay, if you're getting an error, you're doing it wrong. All right. Shh. Yes, you are. So you're going to get an answer of 88.584, and that's what I got. Pick up your calculators and listen to me. Put your calculator down. Stop. All right. I can't. All right. Put it in your hand. I don't need to see it. Okay. You guys, I'm gonna go back to derivations. Here we go. So, are you ready? 5 squared. Type that on your calculator. And listen to me. No, don't push anything unless I tell you to. Because at the end, when you get an error, I'm going to say, because you did whatever you wanted to do and not listen to me. So then push plus 3.443 squared.
It was 2.
Whatever the number is, it's going to be
Listen to you.
minus 6 squared. Push equals. Divided by, in parentheses, 2 times 5 times 3.44, was it 2? Yes. 2. Close the parentheses and push equal. You get 0.02 something. Store that and find the inverse cosine of that, and it's 88 point something. And if one single person says I got error, I'm punching you.
I don't know how to store stuff.
I got error.
I don't know how to store stuff. Just a second. Okay, I got it. What the hell?
I got 88.5.
Yes, you did, and not an error.
Is that for big C or little C?
Big C.
I got 88.589.
All right. So, okay, if somebody, whatever. All right, so listen. So I know with these calculators we're having some issues with the decimals, right? We're going to switch back to the y equals 1 tomorrow, and they'll be exact after that. So we won't have this problem anymore. Okay, if you're still not getting this, when I'm done, I'll come and help you and have a little private tutorial on pushing equal sign.
I'm getting 35.8.
All right.
I don't know why that literally follow that.
Okay, so look. Shh. If I have this angle for C and I have 35 for B, so we can just subtract for the measure of angle A. And I hope to all that is holy that you can take 180 minus 35 minus 88.584. That's what I got.
I got 56.
Yes.
Oh no, I got 56 facts.
All right.
I got 56. How'd you get 58?
Someone doesn't know
Oh, 56. I wrote the wrong number down. What? This? No. No, I'm not doing it. I can't reach the top up there. Work with it. It's vertically challenged. All right. All right, next problem. Oh my gosh, that was the easy one.
So these are answers, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
That was the easy one.
No. All right. For the next one. Okay. You guys try the next one since you're not listening. So try the next one. No, you're not. You're having a little chit chat. Try the next one. I was set up. Well, you be quiet then.
So C squared. We're gonna help each other, guys.
I am so happy right now. This is the happiest I've been because you're actually doing something. Like you're not just copying me, you're just actually doing something. Find the largest angle.
No, you use the biggest one first.
They're all the same size. Look.
No.
Oh, the biggest.
Yeah, he said they all the same, right? For real. So you got 12. I don't like 12.
Well, I do.
Miss Archer, for find the angle, we always have to find the inverse of each other.
I got cosine.
I was trying to solve it. You should have let me solve it first.
I got cosine equals 1 over 5.
Just kidding. Keep on doing it.
What?
1/5. Then you get 12 over 60.
Yes.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay, I don't understand what you're not getting. I mean, I'm ugly, but
I thought you about to get mad.
I'm not. Look, 6 squared plus 5 squared minus 7 squared. Push equal.
It's pretty easy.
Then divide by, in parentheses, 2 times 6 times 5. Close the parentheses, push equal. Find the inverse cosine of 0.2. And if you don't do that, for instance, you're taking 6, listen, this is when you're getting the error, you're taking 6 squared plus 5 squared minus 7 divided by 2 times 6 times 5. And it's dividing by 2, multiplying by 6, and multiplying by 5. So you should have gotten 78.463 if you do the inverse. So this is the largest angle. Once you have the largest angle, now go back to sine, right? Because this is going to be faster. So I'm going to take the sine of 78.463 over. And so then we can find whichever side we want. So the sine of B. I'm trying to find the angles, Cardarius. That's why I said we're switching to sine to find the rest of the angles now. Cross multiply, and what do I have to do to actually find the angle? Inverse sine. Okay, so the question is, do you have to go back to sine? The answer is no, but since none of you can seem to type this in the calculator correctly, I would switch to the law of sines as quickly as you can. Only after the largest angle, but you don't have to. You can do the whole thing. I know. So, what was the measure of angle B?
I got 57. Oh, no, I did the measure of angle A.
I got 44.415. Yes. So how did you find A?
I did mine like the regular.
Right? Once we have 2, we can go back and subtract 180 minus 78.463 minus 44 to get the measure of angle C.
It's easy to know.
It's way easy.